Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Movie Club UK. This is season 2, episode 4. I'm joined today by the lovely co-host Ash and Faiz.
What's up?
Hi guys.
How are you doing, guys? Feels like a long time.
I'm doing all right, a little tired, but we're here. We're here to make magic.
Magic indeed.
Saying?
I feel like since the last one we did was Argyle, and that feels like a while back. We were supposed to have recorded this one last week, but I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared.
Couple things going on, personal life.
Couple things going on. So we've delayed it a week, but we're here, ready to go. Ash?
And we're very close to our 1 year anniversary.
Yes, we are indeed.
It's in 3 days.
Yes, it is.
In 3
We
days.
actually recorded our first podcast like last week, a year ago. But I actually completely forgot on the day. It was the 16th.
And then it came out on the
24th.
And it came out on the 24th.
It's actually so mad, because I remember when we was getting ready to do our first recording, the nerves, bro.
The nerves. Don't know what to say.
Feeling like, woo, it was crazy. And that was the first time I met Ash as well.
No, we met the week before.
No, we met the week before. Yes, we did.
How did we meet the week before again? What did we do?
We had a meeting.
Yeah, we had the meeting in my office, innit?
Oh, we did. Yeah. We did.
Had the meeting, yeah.
We did. No, it's actually been a year. That's crazy. Because even, you won't believe it, but on this document that I have here, where I got some of the notes down, I've never changed the date on it. Let me see what date it even says.
It's actually crazy.
I've never changed the date on it.
I'm using the same document as when I wrote the notes for my first podcast, and I need to read through those.
This says March the 16th.
Oh, that's crazy.
So that it still says March the 16th, 2023. So it's mad. It's March 21st, 2024. So a year in this thing. How you guys feeling about a year?
Oh, it feels amazing, man. To think how far we've come. From the first episode, the nerves that we were feeling now is just second nature. The way we come on set, we talk, we vibe, we laugh, we discuss, we debate. Like it's lovely. I could ask for more. We've come a long way.
I feel like a full-time movie critic now. Like.
Come on, man.
If you guys would have told me we'd still be doing this and we'd still be like excited to do it and there'd still be passion there. If you guys told me that a year ago, I'd be like, 50-50. We know a lot of podcasts.
It's me, man. It's me. Never. Once I start it, I continue it. Like, it would never finish with me, man. Literally. It's one of those things where you realize you got a passion for something, and films is something that we all watch. I just feel like this has just made us a bit more on point when we're on the cinema and when dissecting and looking at films. It's just made us a bit sharper. Yeah. And we get excited for like the big releases. So before, like, there used to be big films, and I'm just like, we spoke about it in a few episodes ago with the streaming. I might be like, when it comes on DVD back then, or when it comes on, I don't know, movie 1, 2, 3 or whatever we were using back then. Yeah. We would wait for it, but now we're actually looking forward to like the big film, saying when are we going to watch it, what cinema are we booking, etc., etc. So it's been a positive change in my life anyway.
Definitely, man. It just makes me look at films differently, man. Some films, like if I wasn't like a movie reviewer, some films definitely wouldn't have gotten the same love.
Oh, of course,
I can't lie to you. But now I'm looking at certain things, I'm like, I ain't missing that one.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and you kind of know what to look for now, and what actually, I kind of fancy this sort of film, or I kind of hate this film. We kind of know our tastes a bit more, if that makes sense. It's more defined than it was a year ago.
But don't you as well think that you go into movies and sometimes they're rubbish? Everyone knows how I felt about Argyle if you watched the last podcast. But you understand a little bit that was someone's life's work. That was their passion project. That probably took months to a year to film.
Years.
Millions of pounds or dollars. 200 million. Yeah. And I just come out of the film and say, that was rubbish.
That was rubbish, yeah.
So I don't think I do that anymore. I don't come out and say that was rubbish. I say I didn't like it because of A, B, and C.
You start going through
but
the
then I
reasons
actually appreciated this, that, and the other. So
okay, at least you appreciated something in our gal, because I remember that you weren't giving me those sort of vibes. You were saying the whole thing was rubbish. So
I still am.
Yeah. So guys, you can follow us on our social media pages on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at the Movie Club UK. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We're still chasing down that 200.
Come on, people, man. Help us get to that 200.
We're nearly there.
Man.
We're on like 183 or something. So we're closely moving towards it. Hopefully this video can get us a push towards the 200. But yes, like we always do, Ash Breakers.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
What'd you have for
Okay,
us?
so you guys actually ruined the Ash Breakers because you answered a few questions that I actually had. I wanted to just reflect on the year that we've had.
I don't know.
I wanted to reflect on the year that we've had and just the ups and the downs. Literally the question was, how do you feel about review movies now and stuff? But you guys kind of ruined it. But
sorry, apologies. Apologies. I mean, she ruined it by saying it's the 1 year anniversary, so it was like,
we ended up just.
I did.
You know.
Okay, well, another thing I wanted to touch on is that we're onto the solo reviews now.
Yeah.
How do we think those are going? Because I remember my first one, I was shaking, and it didn't end up being too bad.
I think we all have one out each. We got Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, we got The Beekeeper, and we got
Mean Girls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so those three guys, watch the videos. They should be in the link to this video of our solo reviews. Very good question. I went first. Yeah, I went first. Nervous, man. I was nervous. Like, it's like we're almost starting. It's like we're almost starting again. Like how we were talking about the podcast. It was almost like we're starting again. So I remember I've come down. Ash has come for support, and I'm just there, literally just going over the same lines over and over and over again. And I'm just like, yeah, this is gonna be horrible. Boy, that's literally how I felt. This is gonna be horrible. But I recorded for about 45 minutes. Into like a 5-minute video. I think the video's like 4 minutes 20, but it took me 45 minutes to record it, and I left that thinking, yeah, not for me. Yeah. But the video ended up coming out all right, to be fair. So, you know, on my side, I feel like it's a work in progress, and we'll get better.
I don't know if it was just me, but when I watched your solo review, I looked at it and said, okay, there's things that I should do, there's things that I can't do. Because when I saw yours, I was like, I need to be a bit more loose. Be a bit more loose, innit? So that I was taking some pointers from yours, innit? Trying to put it into mine. Mine one took like an hour.
Yeah.
To record. I can't lie to you.
Hour, 8 minutes.
My guy was in the back. He was sitting there. He was just like this. He was ready to go home. He was tired every minute. I'm like, okay, let me do it again.
Imagine we got a 30-minute session booked. And this guy was on it for like an hour and 8 minutes. But that's when you love your craft and you want to perfect your craft. There's things that Fizz said fine, and he said all right, but he's like, yeah, gotta do that again. And credit to him, I felt like yours was better than mine.
You think?
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know.
100%. Like, you could see a lot of your personality in your video come out more than mine. I feel like I had loads of nerves and I just was concentrating on saying the right things and getting it out right. Yours just flowed more naturally. Like, you could actually tell, yeah, this is for his, like, that sort of thing. So yeah, I think your video
I'll give you that
was better than mine.
I can't pick between the two. That would.
Oh, yours was really good as well.
Oh, okay, fine. I'll pick myself.
Yours was so. I'm not gonna lie. Ash's one was really good.
No, I literally watched that one once and then I haven't watched it again.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at that.
I can't look at myself.
It was that was hard as well.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Hearing myself talk was hard,
bro.
It's different when it's on the pod.
Yeah, it's different when it's just yourself. You're thinking, why is my mouth going? Why
am I saying
it like that?
Yeah, and mine's only took 36 minutes, I heard. So
yours was cool. When Ozzy told me that, I said, "Rush, he smashed it."
Yeah, 36 minutes. Ash didn't waste no time. Just got and killed it. But I feel like she had me to learn.
I learned from you guys, and I took a lot of, just a lot of lessons from watching Midia do it, and then watching for his do it. And I was like, okay, for his personality really came through, and then Midia, you had a lot of planning.
I liked his execution. Your execution was good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I combined those two together, but I don't know if the personality came through. But anyway, that's a story for another video.
No, it definitely did.
And we'll have more solo reviews to follow. There's just been a slight delay, my bad, on the solo reviews we got so far. So we do got Bob Marley One Love coming out very shortly. I'm not putting a date on it, but it will come out very shortly. And we got Ash doing Madam Web coming out shortly as well. And then this following month, the month we are in now, March, we got for his doing Kung Fu Panda.
No, I don't mind. I'm really finding out about this now, so
yeah, he will be doing Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, let's go, man.
And Ash should be doing Kong vs Godzilla. Is it Godzilla vs Kong? I'm not sure which one.
That film is cool. I'm still gonna watch it, bro.
Yeah, so I'm still gonna watch it anyway.
No, I didn't know what to you still.
Oh, do you want to swap?
No. You believe it? I'll do Kung Fu Panda. I don't mind. That film is cold though. That's gonna be a bang review. I can't wait to watch that one.
Yeah, I might go on opening night.
I'm gonna have to back.
They're both coming out the same day, opening night.
So on.
Yeah, 29th of March.
I will be there. I will be there.
Cool. And yeah, I actually wanted to touch on the Oscars a bit. It's probably been a week since the Oscars came out and when I wrote this Ashbreaker. But in our first episode, didn't you guys say that you guys don't watch the Oscars and you don't really keep up with it?
The fact that you even said it, I was saying to myself, I didn't even know it was happening.
I knew about the nominations this time around, but I didn't actually watch the Oscars.
So as a movie podcast, that didn't change your mind a little bit. Let me look at what won.
Do you know what? Things just fly under the radar, to be fair.
No,
like,
true.
if I feel like it's not broadcasted enough for me to know that that's going on, obviously it would be something that I would have picked up eventually and seen who'd won awards. But I feel like because a lot of noise was made around the nominations, that's what I focused on at the time. And to them actually now presenting the awards and giving it to so-called actors, I just didn't know it happened, to be fair.
Yeah, I think I have watched it a couple years before, but this time around,
Where are you watching it on?
It's on Sky, but it's hours now.
Saying it like it's on BBC or something.
They're definitely
it's on like
they're
Sky
definitely promoting because I didn't even know it was happening.
Yeah, so as well, like it's not as accessible as if it was on BBC. So I understand why UK people don't really watch.
Not that I can't afford Sky. Don't get to it.
Come on, man.
Yeah, don't get
Times are tough.
My guy not
Cost
broke.
of living. And then I watched a highlight version of it, which was an hour of 40 minutes, which is a very long time. But
the highlight was an hour.
Was an hour 40 minutes. So the actual ceremony was
probably
I think
3 hours.
That's
or so.
insane.
Yeah,
And I think it's like a well-known joke.
Just tell me who won at the end, man. I'm not watching it.
I think it's a well-known joke that the Oscars go on for hours long, and the celebrities are tired of it.
Tired, but in the end,
Yeah, I just thought I would touch on some of the winners. So, as we all predicted in the season finale, season 1, Oppenheimer swept most of the awards. It won 7 awards.
I've seen it in the nominations. How many nominations Oppenheimer had was 13. Crazy. 13.
And Barbie got 8. So it won Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Director, Best Supporting Actor.
Cillian Murphy as Best Actor?
Yep. Cillian Murphy won, and then...
That don't surprise me.
His first Oscar?
That don't surprise me.
It is his first Oscar.
His performance in Oppenheimer was sensational.
It was incredible.
I loved it.
Best Original Score, Best Cinematography.
Original Score, what's that? IMDb?
Editing. No, the music.
Oh, okay, music. Yeah.
And then Barbie won just one of its 8 nominations, which was the song What Was I Made For by Billie Eilish and her brother Phineas. And they were the actual youngest winners consecutively. I don't know that word. Consecutively. 2 years in a row they were one. Anyway, moving on.
How'd you mold it?
Whatever. And then another movie that we loved last year, which was Spider-Man, it actually got snubbed
I couldn't believe I heard that one.
What? It didn't get any nominations?
No, it got in Best Animated Feature category.
Okay.
It was won by The Boy and the Heron. Have you guys watched that?
Yeah. Isn't that like a... Oh, I know about that.
I haven't watched that. No.
Bro, I couldn't believe it. I said, there's no way Spider-Man.
I still haven't seen Spider-Man again, though. I still haven't.
Bro, you need to. It's actually so lit.
I think I've seen it twice.
You've seen it twice?
It's so lit, and it should have won the award.
It should have won the award. But then I don't think any of us have watched The Boy and the Heron, and I've actually heard that's really good. And it was won by Hayao Miyazaki.
That's an animation picture, The Boy.
Yeah, Best Animated Feature. Hayao Miyazaki. Hopefully I've pronounced that right. He won the award at the age of 83 and became the oldest director to win animated feature. And another fact, Lily Gladstone in Killers of a Flower Moon. Did you guys watch that one?
Yes, I told you I watched that. This was on our break. Killers of a Flower Moon, remember?
I didn't watch that.
Well, she became the first Native American actress to be nominated, but sadly lost to Emma Stone, who was in Poor Things.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that was all the Oscar highlights. I just thought, maybe I'd touch on it, movie podcast, maybe next year.
Yeah,
you know,
I'll give it a go next year.
I'll make a promise. I will watch the Oscars next year.
He's not gonna fall for it.
I'll watch the Oscars next year just so I come here.
As long as you let us know that it's going on.
Yeah, we need to know what's going on. Like, yeah.
I mean, it should be Ash's job to let us know that this stuff is going on.
Yeah, but at this point, you have to. Yeah, you have to. Like,
she just wanted to score points.
I don't know when I became scheduling assistant, but whatever.
She just wanted to score points on us and not tell us that it was going on, and then write all this stuff down and then be like, "Did you guys watch it?" Oh no.
Well, points have been scored. So.
Ash will finish us today, man.
Yeah, man, that was a pretty good icebreaker. I'm more than happy to discuss, how our time had been doing the solo reviews. It's something that we do want to get more into this season and going forth. I think it just allows us to capture all the films this year. I think the way we were doing it before, it's like once a month we'd gather, do a film, but now there's so many good films that are dropping, just gems that we do need to capture. So you'll be seeing more of that from us.
Definitely.
So cool. We are going to move on to talking about Dune Part 2. I'm just going to read a synopsis and then we'll get into it. Yeah?
Let's go.
Of course.
Let's do it.
So the synopsis states, Paul Atreides unites with Chani and the Fremen while seeking revenge against the conspirators who destroyed his family. Facing a choice between the love of his life and the fate of the universe, he must prevent a terrible future only he can foresee. So that is the synopsis. From this point onwards, we will be talking about Dune 2, and it will 100% contain spoilers. So if you have not yet seen the film, then pause this video, come back and watch it once you've seen it. So yeah, Dune 2.
Dune 2. We all went to the cinema together to watch it.
We did indeed. We haven't done that too many times.
With your sister as well. Can't forget her.
Yes.
Big up Elizabeth.
Yep. 100%. This is the second film we've seen together. The first one was
The Boogeyman. You know what? My language, innit? Let me not even. I was about to say something.
And I feel like this was a completely different experience. For us. I feel like The Boogeyman, we knew what we were seeing when we was watching
horror film, man. You know how it goes.
And we weren't really fazed by it. But this one, it was like we were all kind of locked in. Some of us did fall asleep.
Why did you look at me? Because it definitely wasn't me.
No, I'm looking at someone else.
Me? You know what it is? You were sitting next to me. I only closed my eyes, if it was like the scenes where like nothing was being said. I might have just go a little couple seconds.
That's what they always say. Until they get woken up by and they're like, oh damn, I'm in a cinema.
I can tell you right now that didn't happen.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now. I'm all good, don't worry.
Yeah, but no, for the 99.9% of the film, we were all locked in.
Yeah, no, definitely.
100% of the film.
99.9, I'll say for myself.
I said that's where Elizabeth fell asleep.
Yeah, she did.
That's funny.
Yeah, she did. But before we actually go into it and start saying certain things, what was our expectations on this one?
Well, after watching Dune 1, I had pretty much high expectations for this, I was thinking, because you know what it was? For me, like this year, in regards to like films, it's been so dead. Yeah. It's been so dead. Like, I don't think I've heard a lot of like movie critics, not even just movie critics, like friends, family, all of them say that, movies the first few months this year, like in comparison to last year, it's not even close.
I think last year we had a decent end.
Last year was better.
We had a decent end to the year. This year, in terms of the films that we've done,
we had Madame Web.
We had in the podcast films. We had Wonka. What was number 2? Saltburn.
Yeah.
Number 3, Argyle, and this is like, so they're not like.
Yeah, it's been a bit meh in terms of film, but I was thinking this could be the one to save the cinemas. Especially because it's like the weather's getting better, people are gonna start coming out of their house more. No one has to be inside their house. I was thinking, this is the perfect time for this kind of film to really bring people back to the cinemas, big screens.
Yeah. I had high expectations, but after watching the first one, I did enjoy it. But I had to watch it in 3 separate sittings because
the first one,
it was dense. It was very information heavy, and I was worried about falling asleep during the second one. I was worried about kind of maybe getting a little bit bored. I did enjoy the first one, but just maybe getting bored in the second one, and I was actually surprised.
So my expectations, I'll just go quickly. My expectations with this one was, if I'm just basing it off the first film, I'm like, I don't understand why this film is getting a lot of hype here. To me, the first one was all right. Like, I had like my friends saying, you got to watch Dune, part 1, first one. Have you watched it? I watched it. and I thought, yeah, it's all right, it's cool, but nothing like mind blowing. Like good concepts, like good foundations laid for a better film, but I didn't get the hype, right?
Yeah.
However, when I hear that a so-called Dune Part 2 is making headlines for the highest rated IMDb initial kind of score,
crazy.
That's when eyebrows go up and like, what have they done? What have they done here? So my expectations off the bat of that was that I'm going to see something really, really good. Yeah.
No, same, literally. This film was actually so good.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm ready to just chat about, unpack this film
and just get into it.
Yeah, man.
Guys,
I'm ready.
Are we ready now?
Yes.
Guys, I've watched it twice. It's been my personality trait for the last like 2 or 3 weeks. It's all I've been talking about.
Yes.
And I thought it was incredible and I loved it.
But I'm very surprised here because after the first film, you weren't giving me this energy and you weren't giving me these vibes. Not the first film,
when we watched it.
The first sitting when we watched it.
I was keeping my cards to my chest.
Yeah, because we was talking, but
she made it seem like she was just like, well,
you can ask your sister. We spoke in the girls' bathroom. I said, I really, really enjoyed that. I think it. Spoiler alert, it might get the highest rating from me.
Yeah.
In the podcast, really? But then it's the type of thing where you think about it a little bit. You maybe watch a couple of Easter egg videos, and then I went and watched it a second time, and I was like, this is incredible. It's the first time in a long time I've seen a really good movie.
Yeah. Bang.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree with that as well. To be fair, I don't think my sister liked it as much. And because you were coy and you were together, I was thinking maybe you were sharing the same sort of...
Oh, I thought the same thing about you guys.
Oh,
I told my family, was like, did Midian for his enjoy it? I was like, I don't think they enjoyed it very much.
Really? Nah.
Yeah.
When they went to the toilet, we spoke briefly.
Yeah, we spoke. But I was thinking
briefly,
you had the vibes of you weren't like, it's all right, like, because that's how my sister felt, right?
Yeah.
And she was like to me, nah, you got to justify why you think this is a good film. I'm like,
yeah.
slow down. No, it really was to me anyway. But what's the first thing you want to talk about here? The plot, the story, the characters.
We've got to start with the plot, innit? Like we always do. Man.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, I've got... You were going to say something?
No. Oh, I can say.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, maybe... I didn't think you guys enjoyed it, so I've been thinking in my head, maybe I do read a lot of like fantasy sci-fi, so you enjoy Game of Thrones. I don't think you've watched it.
I've never watched Game of Thrones.
That's criminal.
That's something my sister did compare it to though.
Yeah. So I'm used to like world building, like religion, politics and everything, loads of different houses, loads of different families. So I'm used to that and I usually enjoy that. So I think that part of it I really enjoyed. And then I did think my initial criticism was that this actually could have been a TV series that was at least like 4 seasons long. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It would have been, again, incredible. Mm-hmm. So maybe they should have considered that, but otherwise, yeah.
First question from me with regards to this plot. Is Paul Atreides the Messiah?
You know what? I don't think so, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Because especially when I look at his mum, was it Lady Jessica?
Lady Jessica, yeah, she becomes...
It was just like, she's like this...
Jesuit? Benny Jesuit?
It's like she's starting this like religious cult, you know, to a degree, innit? And it's like, just spreading the word of your son. But it's like, I'm looking at her thinking, is it you or is it the baby, the unborn baby? Sorry if you guys didn't know about that, but yeah.
I think it's both of them.
It's both, innit? But I feel like she can't control it though.
It's both of them, but I think that's something that's been in the history where this story for the Fremen, there will be a Messiah that does save them and does free them from, you know, the world that they kind of live in and free them from the oppression from all the other houses. And what?
I was going to say, you see when it comes to the Messiah,
yeah.
Even though I don't think it's him, but I feel like it could be someone else.
I'm starting to think it's no one. And I'm starting to think that the author of Dune, I think his name's Frank Herbert, he was essentially making a point that, this is just my opinion, that like religion, I'm a religious person, but sometimes people go into like colonize a whole race of human beings and say, oh, by the way, this person's going to be your savior, so you should follow this person. So I don't know if he's actually the Messiah.
I think you make a good point about Frank Herbert. I think he actually tries to demonstrate how easily populations can be influenced into believing certain, you know, messages and carrying certain stories to fruition. So even if, for example, you know, I'll just give an example, Christianity, right? It's always been written that there would be a Messiah, etc., etc. People then find ways to fit in, you know, Jesus to fit that description of the Messiah. Christians take that upon themselves, and then that's how Christianity is formed, because they believe that Jesus is the Messiah. However, Jews and people that believe in Judaism have the same information available to them and acknowledge that this is a real person, but they don't see this person as the Messiah. The same with Islam. They may not see Jesus as the Messiah. So it's like everybody knows factual that this is a person, but based on stories of, you know, previous events and based off what we're told is going to happen, different people fit the criteria to match up to whether is this the Messiah or isn't this the Messiah. And from the film, I'm not too sure if he's the Messiah, because it gets to a point I'm believing he is, but then I'm like, no, because she's planted this this message
around. I think the Bene Gesserit as a whole planted this message of the Lisan al-Gaib.
Lisan al-Gaib.
Wow,
Lisan al-Gaib.
Clean. Say that clean.
No,
wow.
What was the other one? The Quiz. I don't know.
I don't know. I just know Lisan al-Gaib and Muad'Dib. Uzul. That was his name as well. He had all these names, man.
These names, man. I'm telling you.
What was you gonna say?
I was gonna say, like, even in the film, like Paul, he's not even believing himself that he's the Messiah, bro. Like till he's dragged. What's that thing called again? What's it called?
The poison of life.
Poison of life?
So, no, it's
water
of life.
When he drinks that thing. That makes him see everything.
Like, before he drank that, because remember he was saying, I ain't trying to go to the south. I ain't trying to do any of that stuff. And then as soon as he drank that, man, came a whole new man. That's when I was like, wow, this guy is tapped.
Yeah, that's my thing about Paul as well, is that he's so morally complex that by the end of the film, you don't even know where he stands. You don't know if he's a hero. You don't know if he's an anti-hero. And that's, again, something I read about Frank Herbert, is that he initially wrote Dune and he was so unsatisfied with how the readers were perceiving Paul as the hero that he wrote all these sequels to show that Paul actually
is not the hero.
He's actually is an anti-hero. Yeah,
but I personally, for the first film, and then let's say the first 3/4 of this film, I love Paul, man. I literally love the character. And it's just to see the journey, you know, like learning in the first film to then, you know, most of his family and his whole house getting shattered and killed, him and his mum running away, joining the Fremen. You just see how he gets stronger and stronger, and he has more self-belief in himself. Not belief that he's the Messiah, but just belief in everything that he knows and what he could potentially be. And to see him develop and then ruin it in the last quarter of the film, just to be like, what is this guy becoming? I'm actually scared.
Got Zendaya looking at him crazy, like.
Yeah, because I actually love this character, right? So, and I love him because of, like I said, his story and how he's come up. The fact that we're gonna completely see a different side to him makes me feel like, oh my days, I might end up hating Paul by the end of part 3 or part 4, whatever we're gonna get. I might just completely hate this character.
Part 3 will be the last one.
Yeah. I could never hate you, Timmy.
Yeah, you never hated me.
I swear, because she was dissing my man.
No, she wasn't.
Wasn't you saying that?
I was on the fence.
You didn't like that he was.
I thought you liked him in Wonka.
I did like him in Wonka, but I wasn't a fan. Now I'm a fan. And do you not think it was a big jump from part 1 and part 2 in his acting?
Yeah.
Where part 1, like, he was good, but part 2, I really did believe.
They did. I read that they had. Sorry, I interrupted.
Oh no, you go.
I was gonna say that in part, I read somewhere where there was doubts whether he would be able to kind of like make that step up in part 2. And boy, he showed,
did, man.
He showed
did so well. Like, it's one of those ones where he himself doesn't believe he's the Messiah at the start, and like you said, Stilgar,
it's him, bro.
He's the one.
Yeah.
He's the one that pushes this propaganda alongside, and it's like the mum, like, he still got kind of forced that sort of situation where he wanted the mum to become the queen mother just to prove that he is the, you know, how do you say it again? I've got
the Lisan al-Gaib.
Lisan al-Gaib, yeah. Like, he wanted Paul's mum so badly to be the queen mother, just so Paul can be the lieutenant I gave. Otherwise, Paul's mother wasn't up for it. Yeah. She didn't want to do that, and I thought they killed her and the baby when she drank the.
I thought it was over.
Yeah, I was like, oh my days. And then someone said, "What have you done?" Who said that? Or was that when Paul drank it?
I think that was when the mom.
I've watched it twice. I should know this.
You should know this, but
it was when the mom drank it.
Yeah, but
because she was laying there.
Yeah. So it was one of those ones where you're just like, she didn't really want this, but then she ended up doing it anyway, and it's all about getting rid of fear and all that kind of stuff. And as soon as she drinks it, that's when it's like she becomes possessed.
Bro, that unborn baby done. That unborn baby is taking control, man.
Literally taking control of her, and she's making all these plays behind the scene to build up Paul to be this messiah. What the end goal is, I don't know.
Yeah.
Bro, I think it just was like total domination, really, because at the end of the day, he's trying to get the desert back in it more time, because who is it that he's beefing against? All them
the Harkonnens,
yeah, because they're trying to get the spice more time in it.
Yeah.
But he's not trying to have that. He's not trying to have that. He's trying to make sure that he's in control, but he's not in control.
Yeah, but do all these other houses as well, they don't really acknowledge who Paul is as a leader, maybe. And I think all these other houses, that's how the Holy War starts, because I think when Paul kind of takes over and makes the emperor kind of submit, I think all the other houses don't accept that.
Yeah, they don't accept it, and I think that's where part 3 we're going to see what happens there. But I think for the most part, what I understand of the Bene Gesserit is that when you get pregnant in this world, you can decide if you want to have a boy or a girl.
Mm-hmm.
And Lady Jessica defied them and had a boy. So I don't think the Bene Gesserit is happy about that. And I think they wanted the Harkonnen.
Oh, wait, because the Bene Gesserit was not happy that Paul
came out a boy.
Yeah.
Lady Jessica defied them.
But why did Lady Jessica want him to be a boy?
I think she wanted the Lisan al-Gaib. I think these Bene Gesserit women, they go and get pregnant. And I think she wanted to be the one to give birth to the Lisan al-Gaib, or the Kwisatz Haderach, as the Bene Gesserit call them.
Yeah.
And then, but I think the Bene Gesserit wanted the baby boy to be from the Harkonnens. I could be wrong.
But then the baby boy ended up being from House Atreides as well, because Paul's dad who got killed in the first film. I forgot his name.
That was insane.
But he was from House Atreides.
But he wasn't a Bene Gesserit born.
Oh no, he wasn't. Yeah. No, he wasn't. But that was also a plot twist to find out Paul was half.
That was
crazy.
Can you imagine if that was in TV though? That would be like a Jon Snow reveal or whatever. But anyway, that's beside the point. But
it was similar to Game of Thrones, because finding out Jon Snow was
for him.
Yeah.
But anyway,
honestly, I don't mind.
I'm gonna
Game of Thrones. I personally think Game of Thrones sucks.
No, man, please,
me personally, I'm not one of them guys. Game of Thrones, blah. I'm
telling you, bro. I was so stubborn until
he was. I had to force Midyar to. I kept forcing it on you, and he was being like you.
Do you know what made me not watch it though? Do you know what made me not watch it? It's because they said the ending was dead. They said that it was like a
no.
That's why they said that the middle bit is so good, but then when he gets
because I've even watched it. I've watched it more recently than Ash probably. The ending's not dead. I think just people, because they followed it for like 10 years or so, they expected it to be a different way than it wasn't. But me watching it for the first time, I didn't think it was dead at all.
Guys, we're going off track here. The ending was awful. The ending was awful, but you should still watch it. The whole build-up was amazing.
Yeah.
What were you talking about? Yeah, that reveal to me as well, that was like, it just changed Paul completely. I know we're going back to Paul, but it just changed him completely. That's when he actually said, if we're going to win this war, this initial war, I have to be like the Harkonnen. And that changed him completely.
Yeah, literally.
Amazing
but
stuff.
How do we feel of Paul's relationship with Chani? Because the film for the first hour, or let's say maybe more than an hour, was about them two and their love and their connection and their trust. That's the bad feeling I got, that I said in the last quarter, comes from his betrayal to her.
Yeah.
Towards the
I didn't like it, man.
Yeah, that one.
It left a sour taste, man.
Yeah, but you know what it is? But that's good though. That means that you like the relationship was real. It felt real. It was very hard for, because it's like you could tell that they both they both knew what each other wanted. But it's like Zendaya's character, Chani, she was one of the ones where she would let you know when you're doing silliness kind of thing. And obviously she was making it very clear to him that she can see him changing and becoming someone that, you know, she doesn't want him to be. But remember, he always said, I will love you until my last breath. So for him, regardless of what he does, whether it's becoming the Messiah, ruling the planet or whatever, you know, he will always love her. But for her, it's different, isn't it? You know, especially with you know, when he said, like, I'll take your daughter's hand in marriage or something like that. I was like, you're a bad man. I was looking at this.
When he said he take the emperor's daughter. I said he's a bad man. That's more of a power play from him. It's not necessarily. Maybe in the third film they fall in love and whatever. I don't know. But
remember, if Paul's not meant to be the good guy,
then, you know what I'm saying? Then, you know. But then at the end of the day, I have to defend Paul and say he didn't want to go to the south, did he?
He didn't want to,
because he used to have visions of potentially what he could become when he's dreaming. And he would see, you know, the Holy War starting. He could see himself fighting in that and almost leading that. And he was like, no, I can't go there because I think this is when it's going to get cracking. And everybody encouraged him to go, including Chani herself.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And he's there and then he ends up, you know.
It's long now, man.
I really liked, I did like her in it because I think Chani, for me, seeing her reactions to Paul, every time he done something and she was questioning it, like, wait a second, you told me you didn't want to be, you wanted to be equal to the Fremen. And now you're doing interesting things. You could see it in her eyes, and she was like the perfect representation of Paul's downfall, if you want to call it a downfall. However, I have my issues with Zendaya. I love Zendaya.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I love Zendaya. I don't know if you guys have watched Euphoria.
No, I haven't. I've just seen clips.
She's amazing in Euphoria. I don't think she's great in cinema. I might be wrong. I've seen like in Spider-Man and stuff. I don't think she was great. My problem is, and it's something Hollywood keeps doing, is these Fremen people are meant to be on a whole other planet and they're like Middle Eastern, let's say. Why does she have this Hollywood accent, this LA American accent? It's so annoying. They done it in Black Adam. Did you guys see Black Adam?
Yeah.
The Rock was imprisoned or whatever for 5,000 years. Why has he come out sounding like, well, The Rock, American? It's so annoying, and it took me out of the story completely, out of their love story and everything. It took me out of the story every time she spoke. I just feel like she should have worked with the director, the voice, her own.
I didn't feel that way though. I wasn't bothered by it.
To be honest, I saw one article say that like she just like, they're tired of seeing her because she basically gives the same energy. Every single thing she does, whatever show, movie, is the same kind of energy, same kind of tone. Nothing's really different. They said really that. They also said that they didn't really. That person said that they didn't really like her in Spider-Man either.
I don't think she's that
like,
great.
Bro, like I'm telling you, she got some haters out there.
Everyone dissing Zendaya like that. I thought she was okay, to be fair.
Watch Euphoria, it's amazing.
I think it's because we've seen her so much, you know. Like, we need a break.
You're just like, we need something.
You need something different. Yeah, we need a break from Zendaya a little bit, you know, because she's basically at the forefront of everything.
I don't need a break from Zendaya. I just need her to work on like her voice, basically. But also, it's interesting. We had, I don't know if we've moved on to characters, but we had all the like new age Hollywood elites in this film. We had Timmy. Sorry, I need to stop calling him Timothée Chalamet, Austin Butler. Let's talk about him next. Florence Pugh, Anya Taylor-Joy, who was in it for all of 5 seconds, and Zendaya. And yeah, the film managed to get all the young starlets. It was nice to see.
Yeah.
See Austin Butler. Oh, bro.
Fade.
He played that role.
He was incredible.
So good.
Did he have to die though?
I thought it was too soon.
It's too soon.
I thought like I'm crumbling over there. I thought let us see him in part 3 at least. Him dying in part 3, fair enough, innit? But part 2, I was thinking, man, I thought we were seeing his rise. These guys are mad when he killed his own family members. He don't give a toss.
Nah. And then he kept those girls as like pets and that.
Yeah.
He's a madman, and he's slapping them and everything.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't believe it. I swear he killed one of them. He killed like 2 of them.
Yeah.
I was thinking, this guy's tapped.
I could have had so much more of him, and I actually think he was introduced so late into the film.
Yeah.
But I thought he was incredible. It's crazy to think he was Elvis the other day.
Yeah, completely different sort of characters. It just shows his range.
Yeah. Do you guys remember the scene where his uncle, that
That
weird looking guy.
Yeah.
He kisses him, and then Austin takes his mouth again and kisses him again.
And everybody was like,
we all looked at each other
That's
in the scene,
crazy.
but that was improvised.
oh, was it?
Yeah, that like second kiss was improvised.
So
Yeah.
you didn't actually kiss him.
No,
he did, but it was not
he
part
did.
of the.
It wasn't part of the script.
Don't kill me. You know what?
The way everybody just looked at each other, we were just like, what's going on here?
Kissing that thing? That's crazy.
Yeah.
So what's going on here? But no, I really enjoyed him, to be fair. I felt like his character still had more potential to go on, like we said, and we could have got him in either part 3 or even to the very end of this film, at least. I felt like he came in too late and then he died too soon as well. His character was just so twisted. But when Paul put him to death, the bit that made me laugh was still when he said, "Listen, Agaib." that was the funniest bit, because to him it confirmed that this guy is the Messiah. But is he really? What part of the story of the Messiah kills this guy? I don't know what part of it, but everything that Paul did, still God was just like, this is why he's the Listen, Agaib, because he's humble and he's saying at the start, "I'm not the Messiah." Still got to use that reason. See? He's saying he's not, so that means he is. That sort of thing.
Can't win, no.
Yeah, you can't win. Nah, still
win.
God was absolutely funny. He just showed what some people like. When you have that like really over religious people. So I'm religious. Obviously, I'm Christian. You're Muslim. You're religious. You're religious. We're all religious here, right? Yeah. But when you have people that are over religious, that was still God, man. He wanted it to be
true, innit?
He wanted it to be true so much. His eyes were just completely painted by.
If it wasn't true,
Paul.
bro, who knows what he would have done?
Yeah, literally. At every opportunity, he just thought, this is our Messiah. This is our savior. And I can't wait to see the car crash in part 3, because it will become a car crash, and Paul will, like we said, become that villain where eventually we all know what happens to villains.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like, when it comes to part 3, that Paul might become the antagonist? Yeah. And then, because this is what I'm saying, I feel like he might become the antagonist, and then Channy. Because I don't. Because apart from the romance, Channy was just there, bro.
Yeah,
she was just there. When my girl was busting jokes and that at Paul, in it, she might have said, "Oh, don't say that, all that stuff there." Yeah. Like, she was the only one that believed him, in it, but she wasn't really like doing much like on screen, in it. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like part 3, we might see have a big.
But where's she going? Because she was off somewhere.
I think she's just leaving, probably going back to the north or something. She's just done with Paul and done with that whole situation, and she probably might be the one to rise up against him.
That's what I'm saying.
Because in the dreams that he used to have, she kills him. No,
I did not.
In part 1,
I can't recall.
Oh, I didn't.
With that bloody knife in part 1, where he's dreaming, and she kind of maybe was supposed to have forgotten it, but I do remember it. And she does kill him in his dream. It's like they're about to kiss. It's like they meet for the first time. They're about to kiss, and boop. Do you remember?
I mean, they did kiss. In
part 1 was a really long time ago.
It was a really long time ago.
Like 3 weeks.
Yeah, for me, not too long ago. That I still remember that. So maybe it's her that brings an end to him because of the person that she becomes.
That's what I think.
And and it's just too much Game of Thrones references here. But
it's either that and we'll probably see the baby as well.
The mum give birth to the baby. Mm-hmm. We will, but I just don't see how the baby's just relevant, to be fair.
She wasn't even meant, apparently, in like because they've made like bare like movies, TV shows of this book, isn't it?
Yeah. And
apparently
there's like 6 books.
Yeah, apparently in like one of I don't know if it was a TV show or an old film, but like we could actually see like the baby. Literally probably like young girl, all that stuff.
All we see is is it embryo, or I don't know what they call it, fetus.
Yeah. It was weird.
Yeah, that's all we see throughout the whole film, weird. And I think we do see flashes of when she becomes this person.
Yeah,
definitely.
But that's all we got from it, to be fair.
Can I mention for the cinematography? Have we moved on to film?
Yeah,
have I gone too quick?
No,
just like the Harkonnen planet. Those scenes on the Harkonnen planet were the best scenes in the film, in my opinion.
They're shot in black and white.
Yeah, infrared or something like that.
Infrared,
because they have a black sun on that planet. That was stunning. It's not something I've seen. If you told me, some of the scenes are in black and white, I would not expect to see what I saw.
Yeah.
Those were amazing. Also, the worm scene.
Oh, that scene.
Did you hear that it took
It took like 3 months to
3 months to film.
for Timothée Chalamet to film that.
I think the cinematographer is Greg
Fraser.
Oh, apparently he won
Fraser.
he won an award for cinematography for the
Batman?
first one. For the first Dune.
Oh, really?
Well. Yeah.
But yeah, like she just mentioned, Batman 2022 and also The Creator that just went in 2023 as well, which I still haven't seen, but that was amazing, apparently, the Creator.
Yeah.
He's an up and coming cinematographer and he has a good body of work so far. I think this will be something he does win an Oscar for. The cinematography was brilliant in this film.
Crazy.
It was like...
It was beautiful. There was at some points I literally wanted to be like, this is amazing.
Bro, the wide shots.
Yeah.
The wide shots, like whether they were in battle, whether it was seeing the worms come out the sand, bro, it was mental. And I think my favorite like scene, just because of how it looked visually, was like when Paul and is it Fred? Is how you say his name?
Fade.
Were fighting when it was like he was getting ready for battle. I don't know why I'm moving back. He was getting ready to battle, and it's like you just see the sun in the background, and also you see the antagonist there. You see the guy who's meant to be the Messiah here, and there's like two sides.
Yeah,
I was thinking, I like this. And
same. I like the setup as well.
I loved it, man.
I wanted him to chef the Emperor, though. I can't lie. I wanted him to kill the Emperor.
Should have chefed him, man.
I don't like how people get nominations to fight for them and all that kind of stuff. No, what's that, man?
Crazy. I was thinking, how could you
rise up your sword? I don't care how old you are.
I don't believe in killing old men, but I did think that one criticism of the film is that final battle scene when they attack the Emperor's chamber, whatever, and then the fight scene, it was all so quick. We had like literally 2 films leading up to this moment, and it was over so quick. I could have done with another 10 minutes of them crashing into the chamber.
No, I agree because I feel like they spent more time on conquering House Atreides in the first film. We saw more of that than we did see of him conquering the Emperor and all the Harkonnens and all that. We didn't see that much. It was so, like you said, it was so quick. Before you know it, they've been conquered and they've been now brought towards Paul, and this battle is now taking place between Paul and I can't say his name. Fade. Yeah,
I felt sorry for Bautista though. He played what's his name? Glossu. Yeah, I felt sorry for him a little bit because it's like, how are you having this young and just come in and take your spot, bro?
Yeah, because you're not rising up. You're not doing what you need to do. To be fair, you're not doing what you need to do. So you've been replaced. To be fair, I'm
here for Bautista to play more of them kind of roles.
Did he die in the end?
He was killed by Josh Groban, Gurney.
Who?
Josh Brolin.
Thingy from House Atreides.
Yeah,
that guy.
He was killed by him in the end.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I actually did enjoy his failings.
I did
every time he came to Arrakis. I enjoyed him leaving home like empty-handed, and then I was quite disturbed by who was the big the Harkonnen. What is his name?
Glossu? Is it Glossu?
No.
His name is it Baron?
Baron Vladimir.
Yeah.
He very disturbing. Played by Stellan Skarsgård, or I don't even know how to say his name. But
what was that gooey stuff that he went in? Was that like some kind of healing thing?
I don't know. The black sort of goo. And
because I was watching a quick short, a couple of days ago, and obviously they were asking like Zendaya, like, did you not touch? Because Zendaya said she was there on set, and she would, did you not touch the goo? She said, nah, I just left all that stuff there. And then they even asked Dave Bautista. Bautista's like, I'm not trying to get in that black, messy, oily stuff.
But he got in it.
Yeah,
he soaked in it. Put his whole body in it.
It's crazy, bro.
It's crazy. But Ash, do you got any numbers for us on this one?
I do indeed. So I mentioned earlier that the budget was 190 million. The budget for Argyle was 200 million. Just sit with that for a minute.
See what I mean? Like, how can that be possible? Argyle was...
Yeah, but you know where every single penny went. You can see it on screen.
Yeah.
You know exactly. Anyway, I'll get over it. Box office numbers. So far, it's made $512 million, and it's broken even, which is
straight away.
Apparently, it smashed it like the weekend as well.
It made 32.2 million on its first day. It surpassed the ticket sales of Oppenheimer. Which is crazy because Barbieheimer last year was like insane. So to surpass the ticket sales of that is crazy.
Sequel sold.
Yeah.
And it's the third highest grossing film of 2024, and it
should be number 1.
Yeah.
What's it behind? Do you know?
Do you know what? I think it's films from
last year.
No, it's filmed from China maybe.
Oh.
And they always smash it when it comes to this stuff. But it's films we wouldn't have heard of, but they smashed it. But I've done the research and I remember after seeing the 2 films I didn't recognise. And it's 93% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
That's wow.
Nah, bro,
proper film, bro.
93% on Rotten Tomatoes is not easy feat. I think you got 9.6 on IMDb initially. Obviously, IMDb always comes down when more people see it. Film right now is about a 9 out of 10, which is still solid. So, what about you, Fahiz? You got any reviews for us?
Yes, I do. How you know how it goes? You want a good one to start with or a bad one?
I want the bad one.
Because I want to see what people
are. Alright, so this review was posted on the 3rd of March, 2024. They titled it, Doesn't Make Sense. They rated it 4 out of 10. It's mad. They said this whole movie takes place in the span of a few months. So much happens, it's just not rational. Was that changed just to avoid carrying a kid to play Aaliyah? I think that's how you say her name. Yeah. The look of the film is again amazing. Denis V really knows how to make a visual masterpiece, but there was an awful lot of posing in cinematic ways. It got a bit silly, to be truthful. Also, the language was annoying. Subtitles for half the movie for a made-up language. Just speak English.
I agree with
your audience is more involved. Everyone I was with said the same thing. I watch subtitled foreign films, but this was just pure vanity. So be prepared for lots of long shots of desert with loud chanting, gorgeous scenery, and a plot that almost makes sense.
Okay, that's a fair enough analysis. Not that I agree, but I can see how he can have that opinion.
Yeah,
but then to land with a 4 out of 10, that didn't sound like
a 4 out of 10. That sounds like more like a 6.
Yeah,
to be honest,
5.5 or 6. Really.
I disagree with the language thing. Everyone needs to stop being lazy.
Yeah, man, I don't have an issue.
I wanted the subs, man.
I don't mind the subtitles, and I'm not.
Just stop putting it on and off, man.
I like made up languages and stuff. If you know, like, so much work goes into making up like languages. I think for this film, so much work went into they actually hired a specialist or whatever. So
to make up a made up language.
The next one is rated 8 out of 10. I feel like Ash might have wrote this, because the is titled "Need to See at least twice."
Yeah,
you saw it twice.
Must be you.
See it a third time.
They said, no doubt this movie is in its own class, but the rush with the storytelling made it difficult to enjoy all the details. The absolute best parts of the film are the several quiet moments containing huge emotions and stopping the time before some world-changing events. But as we said, the movie contained a complex story in which other cases would have been divided into 2 separate films. Some development happened so fast that the audience was still on the previous planet, while the movie already jumped to the next one. I felt like I couldn't enjoy those spectacular scenes as much as they deserve to be enjoyed. A second round with this movie is definitely coming for me.
Nice. I feel like it's the second round for me too. Eventually, I will see this film
definitely
again.
To see it again,
because I really did enjoy it just based off the first viewing, and there's stuff that you always miss.
Small details, in it.
Little details that when you do clock it for the second time, you're like, yeah, it makes the film even more of a masterpiece. So
didn't they shoot there was 3 planets in the movie, innit? I swear.
I think it was about 3 planets.
It was about 3 planets, yeah. It was mad. I didn't know. I thought it was just too bad. I didn't know that until I did my research on it. I was like, raw.
So crazy. Where are we going with the final rating?
9 out of 10.
Straight 9 out of 10.
I won't lie to you, bro. This is probably the best one I've watched this year. And I've been dying for a good film. And this film, for me, I got to give it its flowers, man. It's very good. And I can't wait for part 3. Hopefully it don't take 2 years with the last one. Hopefully they can bring that out next year or something. But, hard film, man. Give it its flowers, man. Give it the props.
Guys, it's going to get the highest one, I think. And I don't want to give it a high rating because it's...
No, you have to.
I don't know if
you have to, though.
Any film after this is going to beat the rating. It's 9.5. Is that going too far? I can't. There's not too much I can mark it down for.
It's good, though.
I'm trying to think of things I can mark it down for. Maybe just the ending was way too quick, and maybe the pacing would have worked better on TV.
That's nitpicking, though.
Maybe it's the pacing.
Overall, if you feel like it's great, you know what I'm saying? Stand on business.
9.5.
Yeah,
I would agree with it. Maybe just the pacing is the only kind of fault of the film.
That's the issue a lot of people had.
And maybe also it's a lot of information to download. It is, and that's why you do have to see it more than once. That doesn't necessarily mean that's a bad thing. because you think films that you don't have to watch more than once and kind of self-explanatory, those are really good films as well. But it doesn't mean because there's a bit missing from this that it wasn't a good film. You might just have to watch it 2 times, 3 times, and then you'd actually get the work and the masterpiece that was put into this. So I can't mark it down because of that. I'm gonna go with my gut, a 9.4. That was
9s, you know.
Yeah.
Wow. In comparison to, sorry, Argyle.
Yeah, our gal was not even is not even sitting with this one at all.
Wow, that's actually crazy. No, big up all of us.
This does give us a final rating of 9.3, which is the highest ever.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Which is the highest ever on the Movie Club UK. And I think it's deserved, to be fair.
100%.
I thought nothing was going to knock Spider-Man off its perch, to be fair. It was holding that top spot ever since we first saw that film. But yeah, I think if any film is going to beat it, Dune Part 2.
Makes sense.
And 9.3 is where we're going. So that, like I said, it puts it on first place for our all-time list, and it puts it on first place for our season 2 list as well. It looks like Argyle's going down and down and down, and Wonka is going down and down. And I remember saying to Ash, Wonka is going to fall this season.
It's going to fall.
Timothy, we're going to get you back up there.
He's back with
back.
Dune. Yeah, like he's the star of Dune. So, you know, he is back. But Wonka, I already told you about that film. But, you know, but there you have it, guys. 9.3. Let us know if you agree with us, disagree with us. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, click the link below for our solo videos. And yeah, we'll see you soon on the next episode.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Later.